All right, what's up, my good people? It is your girl Mitch Gaming, and we are live tonight for the Kenya Pubg Mobile League Game Season 9. It is the semi-finale, and again, I do apologize that we did our Kenya and Aishi, there were no lights the first game, but we luckily made it to the second game. And for tonight, we'll be doing a total of 5 games where the first game will be Sandhawk, followed by Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, and then Miramar. That is basically the map rotations when it comes to KPL Season 9 semi-finale. They are playing a total of 5 games. Again, we'll be seeing how the players will be performing. The first game was quite interesting, where we had the players from Inhale Temple getting the winner chicken dinner. Now we are going into the second game of the night, and we want to see from all these teams. Already Inhale Temple has been able to lead when it comes to the number of wins they have gotten for tonight. Okay, not for tonight. They already have one step ahead of everyone. They have at least one chicken dinner to their name. The games have just begun. They've gotten the chicken dinner. So watch it one, and now that the games have become a little bit more interesting, that we have seen. Okay, so it's not this team, is a team. So let's see how this goes. What are these crowns I'm seeing on the charts? What does that mean? What does the crown the crown mean? I'm so confused as you guys. But yes, karibuni kwenye live stream. So let's have a quick look at the flight path and see where we're expecting the players to go, where we're expecting them to land. But so far the flight path is coming from Severny all the way to military base, and you'll be seeing what to expect from these teams. Of course, I'm gonna pin you because my message Kwanza. But if you're already here in the live stream, make sure you like the live, share the live stream link, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're yet to do so, because these are the Kenya Pubg Mobile League Games Season 9, semi-finale. Kama ulikuja mapema, thank you. Kama umeingia sai, usiogope. Enjoy the game. So far the teams have gone to land in the sports they feel that is the best for them. Also, keep the comment section as engaging as possible. Usiogope kujiongea. Ukiona team fulani imecheza sijui aje ni kama hawajacheza PUBG, waambie warudi training ground ama vipi? Do not be afraid of telling people what they need to hear, right? Because this is KPL, and we have the PMAC, that is PUBG Mobile Africa Cup 2025, is about to begin. Registration is closing in a few days. I hope you guys have registered yourselves. Finali inakuja hapa Kenya. So ikikupita ni kupenda kwako. Let the finale isikupite. Hata usipo qualify, guys, prepare yourselves to turn up on ground so that we can have a good time when it comes to the PUBG Mobile Africa Cup 2025. But so far the teams have landed in their expected landing spots, places they feel that this is where they should land and where they will be engaging in fights probably. Because they feel that is the best place to be in. But then you have the NV and the 3F1. Remember the last game there in game 1, the 3F1 team almost had a chicken dinner, but then they lost it to the players of Inhale Temple. And now we can see Boyka Boss there. He was the last player to survive from his team. He will be going towards the players trying to get the revive, but then he has to be careful now. He does get knocked as well. That was a really good IQ there coming from Boyka, seeing how he went ahead and tried to get the revive happening there. But then Mua's really playing on the aggressive side right now. He is the only person from his team that is here, and as we can see, Zamzam coming in from the back. The sandwich will be unforgettable for the players from 3F1 Esports. The damage there from the players from Envy is quite high. He is getting good damage on Scar. They're trying. No way, the spray actually did connect. He did get the knock there, but then he has to be careful how the player goes in there. Zamzam, beautiful reflex there from 3F1 player. He might be able to get a knock there, but then, oh my days, he was quite low, and that is really unfortunate. But then you have 3F1 player F7 Kog. He will be getting closer to his teammates. So far they are down. He has the only last chance of surviving for his team. If he is able to get the win, there is going to be a really good thing. But then if he's not, then it's going to be really unfortunate for 3F1 to go back to lobby. Seems that they were almost getting a chicken dinner in the previous game. Again, guys, go ahead and share the live stream link if you have not yet shared it. It will be really amazing to get as many people as possible in the live stream, because we are in KPL season 9 semi-finale where the battle is as intense as the name. It is a semi-finale, and it seems like now 3F1 player F7 Kog is actually getting the revive. And for the players from NV there, we have Zamzam trying to get the revive on his knocked teammate, that is Nuas. And rather now 3F1 is standing. Wacha tuone nani ataweza kushinda mgine. Is it going to be 3F1 or is it going to be NV getting the chicken? I hope if I move it doesn't. Let's go. Beautiful knock there from Zamzam. And now one person remains standing. Does going for that push. But then look at what 3F1 player does there. A beautiful knock. That basically last elimination there for the players from 3F1. Nice play from F7 Kog. I mean, lazima tuone is V2. This is the semi-finals. And we are playing against the best of the best. Like I told you, when KPL begins, we usually have a lot of teams participating. But there's always a difference when you get to the semi-finals. Of course, the groupings, Group A, B, C, all of them were intense in their own type of level. But what really happens is that the more you play KPL, the more you progress, the more we lose the teams that are not yet in that level of competition when it comes to KPL. So that then you'll see them coming now the next season. Then we're gonna, some violence, wanna dominate. I've even told you about Inhale Tempo. This team, to be honest, Inhale Tempo was not this good. Anyone who knows Inhale Tempo, they understand that they have not been playing this good. They have started playing this good now. So it is a good thing that they are really dominating now. The tables have turned. They have become more aggressive. They have become more strategic. I told you about Fike as well. There's a season he was not there, I believe last season. And now he's back, so that's a good thing. But then looking at MU, they have at least 2 eliminations to their name. They have taken on a fight. They're looking at the players from SAMARITANS. Akashi has been knocked and tasted. You have Coolman, Miniboss, and Breda. When they were playing in the group stages there, excuse me, they were dominating. Unasikia kudominate, yani ile mpaka unajiuliza hao wametoka side gani, ni wa Kenya ama si wa Kenya. Nasikia S7 ishafinya na Invisibles, sidhani wamefinya wote. Not now. The first game, guys. Game 1 I just streamed on YouTube. Game 1 I was live on TikTok, but now we are here for game 2. So please go ahead and share the live stream link, guys. Let's get as many people as possible on the live stream as they enjoy the Kenya Pubg Mobile League Games Season 9 semi-finale. And you want to see where the action is and how the action happens when it comes to these games. But then so far so good. We have the players there from 3F1 Esports. Look at them, they're in Fiery Pier. We'll be seeing what their plan is going to be. But then the zone is about to move. We have THALA Esports as well. Crazy Esports. We have CZ player Murife, MJ, DR Musty, and Crazy player Adolf. All of them will be going towards the safe zone. We have the players from Inhale Tempo as well. They are around here. Of course, they will be making their rotations. We'll be seeing how they will be going about it. Atujui kama watacheza aggressively ama watacheza aggressively. Hiyo ni yao kuamua, okay? So acha tutaona how they go about it, whether we'll be seeing any aggressive play coming from them or not. But then have the players there from Dark Tempers playing it very, very much safe. We have 16 teams remaining, okay? We are in the first phase of the zone. We've lost 2 teams. Oh, S7 alifinya. Ay, mbona sijakumbuka hiyo part. Nilikuwa na feel S7 alifinya like kwa game 1. That's really interesting. But then again, guys, even yena kuanga. Iyo maneno, even yena kuanga. That's all I can say. There's nothing really you can do about it when it comes to KPL. Expect the unexpected. That's what I can tell you. Watu watakuwa hapo wametulia, next thing wamefinywa. So expect the unexpected. But then looking at the players there from G9, we have Inhale Tempo. They will be going in for that push, and Gunho there does get the nade happening there. Is it going to be a Kobe though on Boozy? But then remember, Boozy is also an OG, so you have to be really careful when you're going against the GOAT himself. But then the damage on Boozy is quite high, and the players from Inhale Tempo will be using this as a chance to go in for that push. The G9 player and Boozy does get knocked there by Gunho. Quite unfortunate, but then I mean these things do happen now. G9 Reaper at the edge there. Ned is gonna be cooked up by Fike, probably gonna be a Kobe, but then Reaper chilling in the vehicle there. Do we have the players going in for that push? Reaper does get knocked now by Ganho. The DBSs do connect, and now G9 players have just one man standing, and that is G9 Mwarabu. What has happened there for them, honestly, if I'm being honest? What has really happened for the players from G9? Have they lost that fight easy? I think Mbuzi got frustrated and has exited the game. Hiyo pia ni sawa, inaeleweka. Kila mtu afanye kenyaneza, right? Do what you gotta do. Honestly, there's nothing you can basically say about anything other than Emenda, okay? Now the players from Rush Esports are making their rotations. They will be going towards the players, towards the safe zone, but then they have a team right in front of them, that is Dark Tempers, Rush Player Black, Satone Black Senior, and the rest. What they're planning to do, will they be engaging or not? But then before they decide that, let's have a quick look at 3F1, because it seems like 3F1 for this game are really dominating. Invisible's player that is paying their passing by using the vehicle's curb, being able to locate him. That means a fight will be happening there sooner or later. But then let's have a quick look at Rush Esports right now. Arnie is spotting the players from Dark Tempers. TYCOONZ Esports as well is taking on the players from Night Strikers. So pia hiyo tena itakuwa mambo ya maajabu. Beautiful spray there. Dark Shadow does get knocked and fasted. Lakini kuongea ukweli guys, tuambiane ukweli. Arnie yako 13 na account yake inakaya. What? Tuambiane ukweli guys. Tuambiane ukweli. There's no way, man. There's no way. But then maybe that's hiyo ni mambo yao ya huko, kama wale tunapanga pesa ya Roblox. Nako 5 years old ama 6. So does make sense. But then Rush Esports player Arnie, after getting that elimination, I'm not really sure what their plan is going to be, but then the players from Dark Tempers, we have Devils, Power, and Nova holding the same compound. Arnie and his teammates will be seen getting the rotations up in their senior, acting as the bait there. It actually does work, and Dark Devil is down. Now we can see Arnie trying to go in for that push there. His teammate, PvP Senior, formerly known as that, is now Rush Senior, has the FTP in hand there with the DBS. Does get the pre-fires. Beautiful nade there from Power. He does get a damage on Senior, but then we can see him going in for that with the DBS. Power quite unaware, but then he does get that knock on Senior, taking him back to lobby. Easy peasy. Rush Black as well comes in with the save there, and does get revive Arnie, who was just knocked there. But then you can see the players from Dark Tempers, that is Power, getting pushed there. S12K still in his hand. Then is he gonna be able to get a knock here, or is it going to be GG's for Dark Tempers? Power immediately takes on his buggy and does go away from this fight. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, man. It's still a devil. What? No way, man. Rush Black is like, come back. You took our teammate back to lobby. You better follow him back to lobby as well. Another fight is happening here just by the beach in Novo, and we have the players there from Crazy Esports. They seem to be having a fight right next to them. That is the players from Outlaws, so they need to get towards the station as fast as they can. But then that's not the only team that is here. It seems like we have another team in the same place, and that is the players from Hakuna Matata. I don't know about HM Squeezy, man. HM Neke, I just do HM wakoje kwa game, but HM I actually thought HM awako. I knew Wamenda Samatides, but I was wrong. So yeah, I guess we have that. But then let's see what will be happening here. The players from Team 20, that is Hakuna Matata Vader, looking at the players from Outlaws as they make their rotations to the safe zone. We'll be seeing how they go about it. Will you be having anything happening on their side or not? But then you have TYCOONZ Esports holding the safest place in the game now. We have NS as well, Night Strikers in the building as well. Na nimewambia, the game in semi-finals, si kama vile mlikuwa mnaona hiyo mkiwatchingi groupings, this is quite different. In the semi-finals, Kenyans are different. They are more aggressive. They are more focused on the chicken dinner. So kila kitu inakuanga tofauti. Rush is camping somewhere. What is this crowns? Hizi crowns zinatokea kwa jina zenu ni nini? One before on us. Rush Arnie, the good best player. Yeah, that's actually not even the best player, but I can say Arnie has strategy and skill. He understands what he's doing in the game, and I believe that does work out well for the players from Rush Esports. Having a young player, this is a good talent you can nurture in the PUBG mobile scene. Imagine if Arnie is trained more, if he exposed to more competitive games, actual coaching, Arnie could actually be those players that write history. You know, you create history. So it does somehow make sense. So then have the players there from THALA Esports, they're making their rotations. We'll be seeing how they go about it. The players from Invisibles, you have Hubin, and I can't aim. You can't aim where? I really need to see MU and Invisibles fighting. Lazima tuchangamke kidogo. If we don't have peace, some problems always. Now you have the players from Mercenary Union. That is Nika, invisible player Payne right in front of him. You can see Nika trying to get the push up in there, but then Payne decides this is not a fight I want to engage in, and he goes away from this fight. I think they smelt Mercenary Union from afar, and they said there's no way we are taking on this fight right now. We need our chicken dinner and as many eliminations as possible. So MU will not be engaging in a fight as of now, but then a team is passing by. That is THALA Esports. But then as they do that, it seems like the players from Rush are taking on a fight. Or copy Rush and Crazy Esports. Kuna team fulani pale. Poleni about this. I don't know why it's not rendering. But then have the players up there from Rush Esports are taking on a fight there against the players from Crazy. MJ is down. Of course, they're going to be trying to get the thrust happening there. But then they have to be careful. Outlaws as well is coming into third party this fight right now. So they need to be as alert as possible. Crazy player Adolf making the run here for his life. Because, okay, that is Rush Esports. Ikona mtanito Ernie. Sidhani nataka kuingia kwa vita. But then, of course, I think I gassed up Ernie a lot. But ukweli usemwe. Ukifinya na Ernie una delete PUBG, my friend. Unafinya na 13-year-old. 13-year-old. Kijana ni mdogo. By the way, Arnie came to say hi NIS, nilishtuka. Nilikuwa zile za sasa mtoto ananiambia nini? Actually, only for him to say, Mitch, it's Arnie. Oh my days. Like, really? Oh my god. Anyways, let me hide my excitement. It was nice meeting you guys. The Invisibles players there, we have Payne. I'm really sorry about this. I'm trying to understand why it's doing. Okay, the MS is changing. Okay, no problem. MU players, their Hulk is down. Now we can see MU Nika. He'll be forced to go against the players from Invisibles. Imagine if Nika takes out the players from Invisibles by himself. History will be written where we can say Mercenary Union player Nika can single-handedly take out Invisibles even when it comes to PMSC 2025. Anyway, Polanium causing the violence, but then you have to give MU their flowers. A very strong team from Kenya, but then Invisibles is also a very strong team from Kenya. So mambo hapa kidogo itakuwa a little bit shaky. Also remember guys, if you do not qualify in the group stages, you can as well go ahead and try your luck. Beautiful Kobe MU player Nika does get a Kobe there on the players from Invisible. Payne trying to get the elimination here. Nika, but then Payne decides to do some composure here for himself. He was jumping a lot from left to right, but hizi ndio gani? Payne alikuwa anarukaruka kama na vile zile madede kubwa zile za brown. Hizo vitu nini hata sijui. I don't know why they exist, but alikuwa anarukaruka kama hiyo kitu. Sasa hii iko hapa, kesho iko pale. Hata ujui utachificha wapi, juu hata maybe ilikurukia kwa kichwa. But then Payne, they are hoping left and right, does actually compose himself and does get the elimination on Nika. But then if he didn't do that, then maybe things will have been a little bit different for him, you understand? Then maybe he would have been eliminated by Nika if he was not composed in during that fight. Really, composure is very much everything. When it comes to that, Hatuwezi letter Arnie frozen. The goal is for Arnie to go forward, not to go back. Yeah, so But then have THALA Esports players, they are taking on G9. We can see the players that are getting eliminated one by one. TS there and the Deadly Clan. We want to see who's going to be getting the chicken. Not really the chicken, but then the win for this fight. The Outlaws, they are taking on the players from TYCOONZ Esports. Seems like Heisaye has been eliminated and taken back to lobby. But easy peasy. So now we can see the players there from Deadly. They have to be really careful. It seems like they have been spotted. TYC players making it to the 6th as well. We are in the 4th phase of the zone, and Pochinki is getting a little bit heated right now. The players from Deadly Clan are living up to another battle, because now the players from TS are playing quite aggressive. Deadly Clan members have been taken back to lobby. Really unfortunate for that team with just 1 man standing. Actually 2. That is Icon and Ali, who have decided to take a run for it and avoid this fight as much as they can. But now 3F1 waiting in the zone here. We can see iTouch has been knocked. Of course, will be taken back to lobby by the players from 3F1. But then the teammate Pain there does make his rotations, and of course that does make sense as well. But then again, guys, make sure to share the live stream, because this is the semi-finale for the Kenya PUBG Mobile League Games Season 9. Last player from Hakuna Matata there has been taken back to lobby. Really unfortunate for that player. But then you have 3F1 player Boyka making the rotations there with his supercar. TS still holding the edge here, and does get elimination on the Night Striker player Fish. Wacha sana kwambie, this is where you start understanding kama hujui kucheza PUBG, this is not for you. THALA esports player there, that is a foul, will be of course trying to get the fight happening against the players from Inhale Tempo. So acha tuone who's going to be winning. Is it going to be a THALA esports player foul? Is it going to be Inhale Tempo player? 3F1 Boyka does meet the players from Deadly Clan. Na unaweza ona Kenya na mendelelea hapo kando, mambo hayaendi vizuri, but then Deadly Clan needs to do something about it, because they have lost the fight there against the players from 3F. Oh, they actually haven't lost it. Oh, they actually took out the players from 3F1. Inhale Tempo, the winners for the first game, got their chicken dinner in Sandhawk, and now they're here with us in Erangel. And you can see Crazy Esports, a player that is Adolf, who will be making his way towards the team that is Inhale Tempo and THALA Esports. But then you have to be careful as well, because now the Samaritans are basically on the high ground. They will be watching this fight, and not only them, we have another team watching from the high ground, that is Rush Esports as well. They are waiting to see if they're going to be engaging in any way. They do spot the players from Samaritan, that is Cool Man, and immediately he goes away from this fight. I mean, hey, if you cannot beat them or not join them, wachana nayo, just run away. Yote kama yote imekataa, you cannot beat them, you cannot join them. Running is always a solution. Do not let anyone tell you anything. Have the Rush players, they're getting a couple of knocks to their name. Rush Arnie and his teammates watching the fight there from afar. They're stopping people from making it to the safe zone. Looking at the players from Samaritans, they are also making their way to victory. Getting a lot of eliminations to their name. OL as well, taking on THALA Esports. Inhale Tempo engaging in another fight as well. TYCOONZ Esports losing players as well. As you can see now, the battle is getting intense. Let's go there and see what's happening. Story is missing a couple of shots there on Ernie, and Ernie does get time to change his gun and does get the elimination on the last player from TYCOONZ Esports, and that is TYC Story. Quite unfortunate there for Story, honestly. Hapo naye ameput ile left right lakini hazija connect. Not even a single bullet did get to connect on Arnie. Yes, some did. He was quite low, but then Arnie did take his time. It seems like his mug ended, and he did get time to switch his gun and get the elimination on the last player from TYCOONZ Esports, and that is none other than Story. So hapo pia ni pole man, ni pole. What can we say? What can we say? Just say it's okay, don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it. But then actually leo sijaeka ile app nilikuwa naeka nikijaribu kustream TikTok. Leo tuko tu YouTube peke yake. So I hope the what's this? The quality today is clear. I'm really hoping that I just couldn't get TikTok. But I'm still fixing. We need to stream KPL on the KPL TikTok and KPL YouTube. Okay, so far you have the players there from Rush Esports making their rotations. 6 teams remaining. The player from Crazy Esports, that is Adolf. I mean, a snake is the most dangerous thing in reality and in PUBG Mobile as well. So Crazy Esports player Adolf, they are quite snaky with this gameplay. He is going to be exposed to the players from Rush Esports as he tries to make it to the station. But then it seems like Inhale Tempo as well have been able to sport him. Arnie will be seeing Adolf and Adolf, being unaware of where to go anymore, has been exposed to Inhale Tempo, and that does cost him. And our Intel Tempo players will be looking at the players from Samaritans. 3 teams remaining: Rush Esports, Samaritans, and Inhale Tempo. Beautiful spray there from Arnie. That's gonna knock on Gunho. Might just be taking him back to lobby. And now in Inhale Tempo, it seems like I don't think they will be getting another chicken dinner for the second game tonight. But then we cannot make any speculations. This is KPL. Anything can happen. So please buckle up, because the battle is going to be very much intense, because now this is where everything changes. Is it going to be Samaritans? Is it going to be Inhale Tempo? Question is, who is going to be winning when it comes to the second game of the night in day 1 for the semi-finale? Samaritans player, that is Coleman Brader and Miniboss. They have a team on their right, that is Rush Esports. We have Ernie, Nades, and Black. And then when you look at the northern side of this whole location in the safe zone, we have a team there that is Inhale Tempo. They will be trying maybe to make it to the safe zone, maybe closer to the players from Rush Esports. But then when you look at Arnie and his teammates, I do not think that's going to be possible. It's not going to be easy for it to happen. But then looking at Arnie, 7 eliminations to his name, giving Rush Esports 12 eliminations in total. I don't know. But then we can see Arnie there, of course, will be trying to go in for that push. Samaritans, 2 of their teammates are down now. We can see Arnie trying to scope up the place here. Coleman snaking towards the safe zone. Excuse me. The zone, nice. That's from on the plus Inhale Tempo, but then he's quite distracted and he forgets about Rush Esports player Arnie. And now we can see them get in the space there on Inhale Tempo. Easy chicken dinner for Rush Esports there. Arnie waiting for Inhale Tempo players to get in the revive, or rather going for that zone. But then that doesn't happen, because you know why? The zone is not your friend, guys. The zone is not your friend. Beautiful play there coming from Rush Esports. Second game of the night. Oh, it's written first game. Damn it. Second game of the night, and we have Rush Esports getting the chicken dinner, and they have a total of 16 eliminations to their name. 16 eliminations. Coming in second, you have Inhale Tempo. They have 6 eliminations. Third, we have the players from Samaritans, 3 eliminations. 4, we have TS4. 5, we have Deadly Clan, 3. 6, we have Crazy Esports, 1. 7, THALA Esports, 0. 8, TYC, 3. 9, Outlaws, 5. 10, 3F1, 7, 11 Invisibles with a 7, 12 you have NS0, 13 you have Akuna Matata 1, 14 G90, 15 MU2, 16 Dark Tempers 1, 17 NV1, and then 18 Supreme 7 1 elimination. Going all out with 10 defeats, we have Rush Esports player Arnie. And then finisher, or rather the best rescues with 4 rescues is none other than OL player, that is Dero. Hi Timmy K, welcome to the live stream. And of course, I mean, that is it for game 2 of the night. We have seen amazing play coming from all the teams, but then we have to give it to the players from Rush Esports, really focusing on that chicken dinner, really getting their strategy right. And I mean, a lot, of course, has gone in ways we did not expect, but I believe that is how KPL is. Some days it's just good, some days it's not really as planned, so that does make a lot of sense when you see is it me or is my live twice? It does happen when you see players deciding that they actually want to get a chicken dinner and not lose any more fights when it comes to the game. But anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying the live. I hope you have shared the live stream link and you have subscribed to my YouTube channel as we enjoy KPL Games Season 9. Of course, we'll be taking a very short break, and I'll be seeing you guys in a few. Of course, not go anywhere. Just like, share, and subscribe. All right, we are back. Third game of the night, and that is Miramar. Looking at the flight path, it is coming from La Cobreria all the way to Puerto Paraíso. Of course, we have seen how players are really coming up in terms of their gameplay. It is the semi-finals, and of course, Lazima Watu will be at their best, level best when it comes to playing in the KPL games season 9. Semi-finals is where all the intensity happens. Semi-finals is where all the battle takes place, where you see a lot of fights happening, where you see a lot of teams really working hard to be the best they can be. So of course, this is something we were expecting. When you look at a team like Rush Esports, honestly, either PvP Senior or now known as Rush Senior does get what? How does PvP Senior turn to Rush Senior in terms of pronunciations? But I can't even explain me mwenyewe. So, but as what we can say is that when you look at them, the two of them, Ernie and Senior, they have really good synergy when it comes to this game. They really understand each other, and it is definitely paying out when you look at how they're performing as a team. But we'll be seeing whether that will be going on for now. But then the players from THALA Esports, they are getting eliminated by the players from Dark Tempers. Iyo gari imekataa kuchukua elimination. I think that is a sign that Chana will kill. But then you have the players from G9. Excuse me. The players from G9 as well, they will be taking on the fight there because they have a team right next to them. We can see Mbuzi there moving around with his shotgun. I hope Mbuzi is familiar with that shotgun because hizi shotgun si za kila mtu guys. Mimi mwenyewe najijua. Ukienda ushike hiyo shotgun ujaribu kujionyesha hapo vile ni sijui komando wa Yesu. You'll tell us a story of how that went, but then looking at Sambuzi, seems like he's quite confident playing with that shotgun. TE Saint, on the other hand, does have a Tommy in his hand. So we'll be seeing whether the Tommy or the shotgun, which gun is going to be giving us the elimination for the first fight of the night. That is if G9 players decide that they want to engage in that fight. But then so far so good, no one is really engaged in any fight there. We can see the players from NS losing a player. We have just 2 players remaining, that is a Starboy and a Donny. I don't know what happened to the Night Strikers and where all the other teammates went from their team, but I hope they will be regrouping again, and then now they can basically fight better, because now you see they've lost fish. That means it's going to be really hard for them to survive. Look at Mercenary Union as well. Yani game imeanza sai and people are already losing fights. That's really crazy. But then looking at the players from MU, there we have Nika is down. This game right now, they have joined in as a full team, and on their side they have RTG Mood. I don't know what will be changing in terms of the gameplay for MU now. It looks like they're still trying to recruit players to their team. G9 losing a player on their side as well. So watch at one. What will be the plan here for the players from MU? Will they be able to take on the players from Lay Samaritans, or will they be losing that to them? You have the players from Outlaws as well taking on a fight against the players from Deadly. Nani game imeanza sai and I have to run around, but it is shida. We'll run around until 20 fights. Okay, but then looking at the players from OL, they've got at least 2 eliminations on the players from Deadly Clan. That means only 2 players remain standing from Deadly Esports. That's a 2. What will be happening? Will it be working out? Will they be surviving this or not? But hapa kuna clans fulani naona zinabishana kwa comment section. Sijui wamefanyana nini, but I hope mtapatana mpigane. Mtapatana mpigane tuone nani ni nani. I forgot. How many hours have I been on my device? Inataka kuritoa. Damn it. Let me just close it myself. Itanitoa. I'm not even lying. Have you guys seen the notification? When yalisema kunanga notification. Have you seen a clock thing on my right? But then Mercenary Union taking on the players from Lay Samaritans. That is cool, man. Of course, all the players there from Lay Samaritans been eliminated. MU is now aware that they have at least a chance of going to fight against them. A beautiful knock there from MU Hulk, playing quite aggressive. This is actually really interesting. You can see how he's really playing aggressive, trying to get the pre-fires of the players from Lay Samaritans. He's still going in for that push. And as you can see, Lay Samaritan player Kashi being the only person remaining. And Mahil does get that knock and a thirst. And I have just 1 player remaining from Lay Samaritans, and that is Sano. He has to be careful though, because you have seen a player that is Mood passing by the vehicle. He might be spotting him there sooner or later, but then you can see him going in for that push. The player there, 77k from MU, is quite low. Sano still playing quite on the aggressive side. He wants to go in for that push. Hulk there, being aware of the movement there. He knows there's someone there. The pre-fire is actually connected there. Sano being quite low. Moody will be coming from the back there. Has to be really, really careful, but then tries to get the pre-fire to damage. The MU player is getting closer, but then Mood watching the fight from the back does get that elimination. Easy peasy. MU players survive this fight now, but then they have to be careful. Envy is creeping in slowly. The zone is closing in here. The teams are getting closer to each other, so we'll be seeing which team will be giving us a chicken dinner for the third game of the night. First game of the night, we had Inhale Tempo giving us a chicken dinner for that game. When it came to the second game there, we had the player from Rush Esports, Ernie, getting 10 eliminations and also helping the team getting a chicken dinner. So Rush Esports there really did get a working lineup. I mean, when you put there nowadays, when you put Arnie, when you put Senior, what's the other player? I cannot seem to remember the other player from Rush. That is a Black, exactly. When you put this team together, whoever made this lineup should probably make the lineups for all the teams in PUBG Mobile Kenya, because alijua huyu na huyu wakiekwa pamoja, they might do a lot of wonders. Rush Arnie was in Rex Squad, lakini pale alikuwa anacheza na mtaneto form ni kutesa. Kona hapa siwezi. I have no future with Tesser. Akasema chapa ni hame kidogo. And then he goes to Rush Esports. And then when he goes there, he does nothing but wonders. This is just a young boy. Lakini anafinya watu, guys. Be like Arnie. Be like Arnie. I'm not even gonna lie. Itabidi metrain. But then remember, we also have another very OP player from Kenya, that is Blade. I haven't seen him tonight. I can't remember what his name is when it comes to Invisible. But Blade is actually quite a competitive player as well. I'm not sure if they will make a good team if he's put in a team with Ernie. But it's going to be a very interesting combination. The Inhale Tempo player, that is Hyun Bin, has been spotted by Modi, and that does give him the first knock on the players from Invisibles. Knowing Mercenary Union, that is basically their cult going for that push. Inhale Tempo trying to get the revive here. I can't aim, does get the rotation, and then he can actually spot Moody. That's going in for that push. Aim again, going in closer. Mood trying to retreat, going away from this fight, but then the sprays that don't really connect there from I can't aim. Basically the name goes with the skill there. We can see aim going in for that push there. Mood with the damage, and we can see the fast knock in there for Mood, taking I can't aim all the way back to lobby, but then I touched you is ready to go and touch Moody, but then Moody is quite moody and he doesn't want to get touched by I touched you, because I'm not ready for this. But then I can have the players from Invisible having one man standing on the side. That is Invisible player Pain. He's about to cause more pain on MU Hulk there. The nade is actually getting cooked, almost connecting, but then doesn't really connect. But then touched you actually touches the player there from that is MU, and they take him down. And our MU players having just Moody on this side. Molly's towards Moody, trying to get the knock on this guy. But then the question is it going to be possible? I touched you, still trying as much as he can to get the touch there on Moody. But then is it going to be possible? Trying to really be on the, he's on toes here. Mood doesn't want to play any slow game. He's not settling down on one place. He's moving quite a lot, trying to get the pre-fires towards the players from Invisibles. Excuse me. But will he be able to have anything happening on the player that is Invisible player Pain there right next to his teammate? And you can see the damage there from Mood, getting quite some damage on Invisible player Pain here. Mood really playing aggressively. I mean, you can see his first name is RTG Mood, and it seems like Supreme 7 is losing players as well, going against the players from Inhale Tempo. So acha tukimbia for kidogo and see what's going on. Anaonekana hatuwezi, but then it seems like Mood wants to play on the aggressive side. He's really thinking about how he's going to be going in for that push, and Pain is also closing in on him. He is the only person remaining from Mercenary Union. He has 2 eliminations to his name. Misses a couple of shots there on the players of Invisible. Touched you. He still goes in for that push there. Mood quite surrounded, but then look at the damage he put on I touched you. That was really hard for him to survive there. He was pushed by 2 players at the same time. Beautiful play there coming from Invisibles, but crazy. Palma Manyara, what are you saying? Tizi unaleta kelele kwa chat pia. Who's Bravo Z? Who is that? But then you have the players from Supreme 7. We have S7. And we want to see what S7 is going to be up to be honest. But let's see. Oh, okay. S7 player. There is only person remaining. I believe this is I was saying this is ISO best TDM player. Getting closer to this guy will be close to impossible. But then that's not the case. The guy is actually eliminated. Really unfortunate. But that's really interesting to see happen there. But then we have the players there from 3F1. They have to be careful. The team there is watching from afar, and that is a team 19. That is a TS bad boy, TS Pulga, and the player that is Tech Stress. Beautiful knock there on a TS player. Beautiful pre-nade from Boyka, but then Boyka still trying to cook up a nade there, maybe to get another Kobe. But then I'm not sure if that's going to be the case or not. A lot is happening there. The nades are getting cooked up here. The nade doesn't really connect, but then that nade actually looks nice. But 3F1 player F7 Cog. That nade actually has a very good effect when it explodes. Love to see it. My back hurts, man. Oof. Guys, I have a super chat goal, man. Please send your super chats. Okay, let's support the live stream. I'm actually saving for a gaming chair. My back is killing me. But yeah, of course you can support the live stream by liking, that will be okay, sharing also good, subscribing even better, and then you can send your super chat. Why not support in any way you can? That will be amazing to see. But so far, let's see what we're going to be expecting. He actually can't aim. That one came out of nowhere. I'm not even gonna lie. It's crazy. It's crazy, but forget about it. Forget about it. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get my water bottle. Okay, good. I am here. I have water. Kelele ni ile ile. Lakini ya invisible. Msimwambie nilisema I can't aim. Don't tell him that. Envy and the Dark Tempers there. We can see Dark Shadow. They're getting knocked and thirsted immediately. And then Dark Devil as well is down. It means like the fight here is actually happening. And we want to see MVP TK are going in for that push. Ooh, beautiful knock there from Dark Tempers. And now we can see the player that on Dark Tempers. Sorry, that is MVP. Does get knocked there by Dark Nova. Now we have the player that is Forever trying to go in for that push. He is down as well. And now one player remains. The standard is Moas going in for that push on Dark Tempers player Nova. Quite distracted there, trying to get the fast happening. And the player does get eliminated all the way back to lobby. I mean, kwani ni kesho. Honestly, I didn't mean to say you can't aim. But yeah, Poleni. Okay, Bravos is a CZ esports legend. Okay, nice to hear that. Akoko, which team? We'll be looking at that Bravo and see how he's performing. But then you have the player that is Inhale Tempo trying to get the engagement here on the players from 3F1. We have 3F1's card. They are quite low, but then Fika is the only person remaining from Inhale Tempo. Remember, they did get a chicken dinner for the first game of the night. Instant North, the one, the first team to get a chicken dinner. And I told you about Fika, quite a composed player. He understands how to play the game. But then it seems like 3F1 that is Cog to be specific, decides to take an amazing player back to lobby to go where he deserves to be in the lobby as he prepares for the next game with his teammates from In Hill Tempo. Then we have the Invisibles player that is playing and I Touched You. They are the only two players remaining from their team. They're still dominating here and there. They are going about the game quite well, so we'll be seeing how they go about it. But then have invisible players that is playing I Touched You. They're all of them still surviving. Envy, a beautiful save there from their teammate. I believe that is Muaz. If it was not for Muaz, then that team would have been in lobby right now. But then have G9, the GOAT. Unfortunately, Mbuzi, leo Mbuzi utaki kutubamba. What's wrong? What's wrong, Mbuzi? What's happening to the GOAT, man? The GOAT, what's changing? Anyway, guys, if you're watching the live, I mean, the likes and the number of people watching, they're not really much, and it's just an easy like button away. So if you can like the live stream, please go ahead and like. If you haven't liked yet, hit that sub button if you haven't subscribed, and of course share the live stream link, because why not? This is KPL season 9 semi-finale. Excuse me. We are in the third game of the night, and mambo yanachemka bado, because as you can see, we have the Hakuna Matata team still surviving now. People are now getting closer to each other. We are in the fourth phase of the zone. We'll be going to the fifth phase of the zone, where now the zone becomes a little bit more intense now. This is where the battle starts to make sense. This is where you understand your IGL is making the right calls for your team. So if he is not really familiar with making the right calls, if he doesn't know how to think on his feet, then probably that would be the downfall for your team. You have the Deadly Clan there being taken down by the players from Outlaws, but then it seems like a Deadly Dex there does come into the save and does get the last players from Outlaws. Well, not even all of them, but then a couple of them back to lobby. G9 players, their third part in the fight. You can see the Outlaws getting closer, and Nate is actually getting cooked up. Is it gonna be a Kobe? Though all the players from Outlaws, the Nate actually goes in. The first player is down there. We can see Dex going in for that fight, and Outlaws have been eliminated. Easy peasy, beautiful play there from Deadly Dex, but then he cannot relax anymore because the G9 players coming in from the back here might just be really is really interesting, but we'll be seeing how it goes. So far so good. We have Rush Arnie there getting COVID, quite unfortunate. He will be, of course, forced to call on his teammates to get revived. But then since nothing is happening here, let's go and have a quick look at what is happening on the present. Boyka is down. You can see D and Musty really going in for that task, making sure every single kill counts, you know. But let's see what's going to be happening here. We can have the players from 3F1 trying to go towards the high ground. We have the players from TYC taking on the players from Rush Esports. Wacha tupitie pale kwa Rush tuone what they're up to, because Rush Senior, of course, will be trying to get the healing happening here. Imagine lonely baridi and patia to sensitivity. But we have the players from Rush Esports. Let's see what their plan is going to be. They're going to be able to survive this, get the revives, make the rotations, make it to the safe zone. Because now looking at TYC there, they are really holding the high ground right now, even though they're quite distracted. We have the players from NVIDIA joining the party here. The first knock is in on the players from TYCOONZ Esports. Muaz are still trying to see if we can get another knock happening on the players from TYC. Danny, they have been quite low. Hesa here with the view. Does get a knock on the player from Envy. That drop might just be getting some damage on Hesa here. The zone is now moving in. Now the players from Envy need to make it to the safe zone. TYC as well, they need to make their rotations to the safe zone. Look at Envy. Forever they are getting knocked as well. TYCOONZ Esports, Envy, they are in the blue zone. The damage from the zone here is quite high. But then Hesa here getting the knocks, and thus on the players from Envy will be looking at to go to the zone, but then the zone is quite damaging, and just like that, TYCOONZ Esports have been eliminated. Rush Esports are trying to make it to the safe zone. Envy might not be able to make it to the safe zone as well. So far 7 teams remaining. The damage there on Black's vehicle is quite high. That vehicle might just be the reason he goes back to lobby. Crazy. Is just something else. I can't aim. Is Flexer? First time to hear a guy wants to get pinned. What you talking about? What are you talking about, Habibi? But we have the players from Crazy Esports there. We'll be seeing what their plan is going to be. Are they going to be able to survive this, or will they be going back to lobby? 6 teams remaining. The safe zone is on a very tricky ground right now, a very high ground. Playing on the high ground might seem easy, but it's not possible. You might not survive if you do not know how to go about it. But then 3F1 really are going in for that push, going against 2 teams here, Rush Esports and Crazy Esports. And we have Kog here, beautiful earphones, does hear someone from the back, and that is Rush Nadis. And there's also another team right beneath Kog, and that is Hakuna Matata. So we'll be seeing how that really plays out for them. But then the F1 player, that is F7 Koga, will be going towards the player from Rush Esports to see whether he's going to be engaging there or not. But then the F1 player Nakib OG and 3F1 Scar. Let's see what they're... Oh my days, I'm telling you, if you do not have a plan for this game, you and the lobby, hey, crazy. But so far so good. We can see the players from Hakuna Matata, that is Vader, and we want to see what the plan is. Are we going to be seeing anything happening there? Will we be having 3F1 players being able to take on the players from Hakuna Matata? Quite some good damage, and we'll be seeing whether we'll have 3F1 winning this fight or not. But then 4 teams are remaining. We have the players from G9, that is G9 Marabu and G9 Spark. So let's see what their plan is going to be. Are they going to be able to survive this or not? Oh, but then 3F1 player Nakib actually goes in for that push and does ensure to get the fast happening there. But then G9 players are right beneath him, that is Spark and Marabu. Probably G9 is looking for a chicken dinner to see whether this is going to be happening or not. Are we going to be seeing a team winning, or is it going to be a very shaky scene for them? But let's see what's going to be happening here. Team 10 player, that is Nakib, trying to smoke up the place here. We have the players from Hakuna Matata as well, played a very safe game, and it actually paid out because HM has been able to make it to this place so far. So this is actually a really good thing coming from them. But honestly, we don't know if Hakuna Matata will be able to win this game, or is it going to be the player from 3F1, or is it going to be G9 where we have Spark and Morabu? So it's really on a shaky kind of, oh no, I almost said shaky side for G9, whether HM or 3F1 will eliminate them. But then they have been eliminated by Hakuna Matata, and now HM will be surviving these fights. Really interesting, honestly. I've seen them really taking their time. Their Vader nades coming, not even nades, sorry, but actually a lot of smokes coming from that side from Hakuna Matata. But then you have the players from HM really playing here on the aggressive side, knowing that the fast knock is in. We can use this chance to get our push happening, get at least a chicken dinner for our team. The fast knock is in there, and now Vader being the last person remaining. The pre-fires are from the 3F1 player actually do a lot, and that's why we can see this happening. I mean, this is I don't know. Honestly, I thought Hakuna Matata was going to win this, but then nah, I'm not sure. But honestly, that's actually really interesting. But then have the 3F1 players that do actually get a chicken dinner. But honestly, HM, they had a chance at it, and it's really interesting. I'm not sure how to go about this, but then beautiful play for HM, even though they didn't get a chicken dinner. Beautiful winner chicken dinner for 3F1. Boyka did go back to lobby quite early. Boyka, I hope you can figure out something about that. But honestly, it's really on the shaky side, so I'm not sure about what happens there. But then you have 18 eliminations for your team. That's good, but please make sure next time you are not the one going back to lobby earlier than your teammates. And then we have the second coming in there is Hakuna Matata, 5 eliminations. Third, we have G9 with 2. 4, we have Crazy Esports 1. 5, Deadly Clan 5. 6, Rush Esports 3. 7, NV 5. 8, TYCOONZ 2. 9, NS 2. 10, THALA Esports 0. 11, Outlaws 3, 12 Invisibles 6, 13 Inhale Tempo 1, 14 Dark Tempers 1, 15 TS 1, 16 S7 1, 17 Masna Union. Hey, MU walienda mapema hivyo. Damn it. MU 6 eliminations, and then 18 LA Samaritans, 1 elimination. Going out with 7 eliminations, you have 3 F1 Scar. Best companion, your 2 rescues, you have HM Stitch, and then finish with the final elimination, you have 3 F1 Nakib. Honestly, I'm really interested to understand what happened there for the players of Mercenary Union. That is quite a new thing to see, seeing that MU has really been dominating, but the same thing is happening for LA Samaritans. They're somehow not dominating anymore, even though we saw them dominating in the group stages. We all watched the live, we all saw how they played, and they dominated really, really so much. So that's a really interesting thing to see. But that's totally okay. So for now, of course, we'll be taking a short break, and we'll be right back after this break. All right, what's up, my good people? We are back for the fourth game of the night. Sorry about that delay ya kufungua hii. I nilikuwa nanunua backup bundles because the lights zime flicker, so I'm trying to prepare in case they go off. But look at the flight path. We can see it coming from military base all the way to Severny. And already teams have landed in spots they feel they are safest in and places they want to engage in fight. And we have the players from NS, that is the Night Strikers, already taking on a fight there. Already one knock has been registered on the players from 3F1, but then they have to be careful. The game has just begun at 3F1, sorry, but TYCOONZ Esports, that is 79. Hey, Saye, for TYCOONZ Esports, they should probably look towards getting the revive on their knocked teammate, and that is Hey, Saye. Otherwise, they will be losing this fight if they are not careful. If I'm being honest, if you can just get your revives and then focus on either going away from this fight or staying in the fight, then do whatever makes your team survive and get an easy peasy winner chicken dinner. But then the Night Striker player, that is Starboy, he does get a rotation there on the players from TYCOONZ Esports, so we want to see how is this really going to transpire. Are we going to be having any fights there or not? But then the players from NS, that is Starboy and Plink 76, we'll be seeing what their strategy is. Will they be looking into getting a push happening here on the players from TYCOONZ Esports, or they will be waiting a little bit longer for someone to make a mistake from the TYCOONZ Esports team? All this is dependent on what they decide as a team. But then so far so good. We have the players there from 3F1. They will be making their rotation. So I want to know if they are going to be taking on the players from TYC or they're going to be taking on the players from NS. All this is all up to them and their strategy for this game. Otherwise, in the comment section, you can tell me which team do you feel is going to be leading when it comes to this basically, I can call it a third, almost last game, but it's not the last game, guys. It is just the second last or last, which what? Kwani nimezeka. The third game, the fourth game. Wacha niache kuziita hizi majina zingine za English jini nini. It's not for me, I beg. It's not for me now. It's not for me. Nothing is. Let me just give me a second. Does it is the clicks gonna change anything? Man, all good. I can't even change scenes with my laptop, so fine. Let me use the phone. But then so far, seems like the players are from NS, they have been able to make their rotations. And knock there on the player from 3F1, that is 3F1 Scar. Two of the players from 3F1 are down now. Two remains standing, that is F7 Kog and his teammate Boyka Boss. Now they have to really find a way of surviving this, because as you can see, TYCOONZ Esports is right in front of them there. The push will be happening. TYC is getting the revives, but then for 3F1, the revive will be close to impossible, seeing that the Night Strikers are really surrounding them right now. They will be unable to do anything so far when it comes to their team. Look at the Mercenary Union, that is a Glixi. They are also going to be taking on the players from G9. So watch out to Kimbia Pombio before anything changes on that side in Pochinki. But then MU players, one of the teammates is down. We can see Glizzy. They are going in for that push on the players from G9. But then nothing will be happening, because now the G9 players are not even that close to their teammate. They are right above them. So they should use that to their advantage, but then they don't really do that. And we can see Reaper going in for that push. A shotgun, quite brave. We have the TYC players taking on 3F1, but then we want to see here between G9 and Mercenary Union which team is going to be getting the win on this fight. Prison goes in for that push, the DBS, and that's going to knock and a Thirst on a G9 Reaper. Honestly, G9 player there should have stayed up on the high ground and made it impossible for MU to get a Thirst on their player G9, but then he decided to go in for that push. And of course, that did not go as planned. The TYCOONZ Esports now, one of their teammates, that is Butcher, has been taken back to lobby. Same to the G9 player there, Marabu, will not be revived. Hey! Revived, but then you have the players from Night Strikers. They're going in for that push. One of the on the players from GF1. We have Donny. They are really playing on the aggressive side there. We can see Scar trying to get the revive happening, but then now the NS player, Donny, he will be going in for that push, ready to take on the players from 3F1 as they try to get the revive. So he'll be taking on the POV for Donny to see how it does take on this fight. Will they be able to take on the players from 3F1? The Razor do go in there, and the 3F1 after the revive, NS having the upper hand there, have been eliminated by 3F1 Esports. Hapo lazima ujite mkutano, because what the hell? But then look at the players from TYCOONZ Esports now. They have seen that one team has already been eliminated in Pochinki, and now they are going away from this fight. They look very funny running away. One of them is naked and bald. The other has a jumpsuit, shaved head. Anyway, what's a tournament between TYCOONZ Esports and the players there from 3F1? Will we be getting any fights happening? But then looking at the blue zone, looking towards the safe zone now, we have the players there. Will be looking to see whether they'll be in the safest place or not. Deadly Clan, they're losing players. Lay Samaritans, Sam Coolman has been eliminated. Actually, Lay Samaritans have been eliminated by Deadly Clan. Mtu anyeleze what is happening to Lay Samaritans. When it came to the previous games, honestly, walikuwa wamedominate mbaya. Excuse me, I'm not even gonna lie. They actually dominated. But then now, when you look at the semi-finals, they're not really having an easy time when it comes to going against the best of the best teams from each and every group. But you can see the players from TYCOONZ Esports. We have TYC Story. He will be making his rotations. We want to see whether anything will be happening there. But then you have TYC Danny and Heisaye. The Heisaye trying to get the revive, though he has to be careful. The 3F1 players are getting closer. You can see their Scar and his teammates closing in on TYCOONZ Esports. Story and his teammate, that is Heisaye, have to be really careful, or the players from 3F1 Esports will be taking them back to lobby. So they have to be really alert when it comes to this. Here, the players there from Crazy Esports, that is Marcy, Murife, MJ, and Adolf. They will be going towards the safe zone right now. Looking at the players from Rush Esports. Rush, this game has played it a little bit safe. You haven't seen them playing or rather getting any early fights, but then now they have another team right in front of them, that is the Outlaws. Sasa sijui mambo ya Outlaws, sijui kama wanu watu aggressive ama sijui wanu watu soft. I don't know whether they want to take on that fight or not, but acha tuone. Scary carrying for, oh, who's scary? Who's scary? Eh? Nah, I'm lost, man. Oh, did I read the name wrong? But I'm not sure I read the name wrong. But scary. Acha nifikirie. Nimeona mtu anaitwa Scary. Ama it's just funny, but let me see. Give me a second. Okay, so we have the Outlaws team. They're going far away from this fight. I don't know for Rush Esports, honestly, if they're going to be taking on any fights. TYCOONZ Esports on the other side, they're also making their rotations. So let's see what TYCOONZ Esports will be up to. And if I were the players from TYC right now, and I'm in this type of situation, I feel like we have not really played our best, and the first thing that comes to mind is how to avoid early fights if I were playing in the TYCOONZ team. Oh, Scar! That is Scary from 3F1. You're calling Scary. Oh, wow. So I should say Scary? Dang, okay. I'm gonna be saying Scary. So we have that is a player from that is a Tech, that is a Team 19. We have Stress there. Looking at the players from NV, we have Moors and his teammate. Moors actually spots him. Does get a knock there on a Stress, and I mean the moment you get a knock here, either you go on the aggressive side and get the push happening, or you avoid this fight as much as you can. But then as you can see, the players there, Bad Boy and his teammates, want to go away from this team. And yes, Napoleon on the other side, we have the players from a Deadly Clan really not even sure they're going to be making it to the zone because they do not have enough loot. But then Invisibles finally come to the scene here, and we can see them taking on a fight against the players from THALA Esports. The nades are getting hooked up by Pain. Now we're gonna get a Kobe. It doesn't really connect there, but then TE Saint there is also on the right side here. Might just be the card that players are from THALA Esports need. But we can see Cube in there going in for that push. The damage is actually connecting on the players from THALA Esports. A nade is actually out. Is it gonna be a Kobe? He does cancel the nade and goes in for that push. The player from, oh my good lord, beautiful knock there from Gardner, taking Hubin all the way back to lobby. GG's on him there. Now we can see the players of Invisibles playing quite aggressive. They were quite angry and they were able to get that elimination. CJ Invisibles kunaenda aje, lakini wamechill tu, wametulia tu. But then so far, we have the players really looking to play more on the aggressive side here. They really want to get their points up. And when you look at Deadly Clan, they're losing teams, the players to the Blue Zone. MU as well, they're making the rotations. They might be encountering, a team. But question is, are they going to be engaging or not? All that depends on your IGL. Is this fight worth it or not? TYC players sporting 3F1 right above them. Watu washikani. Sijui mbona, lakini I feel like players are now playing really safe, and it's very interesting. I don't know, it's very a very interesting thing to see, if I'm being honest. People are really, and I mean really playing it too safe. Sijui kama nini, but I'm not sure if they want to be on the losing end, if I'm being honest. They want to be on the winning side when it comes to this game. I just remembered something. Whoa. You say the same out loud, Poleni. So I remember things people are doing or saying in KPL throughout the seasons, and I'm about to say, but then I remember I'm on the live stream. Nakumbuka sometimes I might hurt people's feelings, so I decide, okay, for today we play it safe. But ule player were invisible. Acha niache kuikumbuka. You know, this life no balance. But then look at the players that they're from Hakuna Matata. They almost got a chicken dinner, honestly, for the third game. I don't know what changed for them. I don't know how they lost that. They would have gotten a chicken dinner easy peasy, but then that didn't really happen for them. So it's really interesting, to see how easy it is to lose a chicken dinner just because of one move. Because as soon as the player there from 3F1 saw that he got the knock. Yes, HM got the first knock. They got the knock on the player from 3F1. They decided to get on that push happening. But that didn't really work out for the players for HM there. And that the player from 3F1 was really confident. We saw him going for that push. And that did make it an easy chicken dinner for 3F1. So Iote Pia, as much as we are talking about how people have skills and maybe zone advantage, they have a good location throughout the game. Honestly, Sazingine is how good is your reflex. That player, he just nyata mnyambi nimewekea kitu imeandikwa group stage group C. Leo mko na mambo, mna watch to live hata mja notice the logo ni wrong. But then you have the players from Outlaws taking on the players from Supreme 7. Wacha tuende hapo mbio before we lose that fight. But then Supreme 7 pia ni kama when we started KPL season 8 they were really aggressive. They are dominating the game, but the more they played, it seems like now their skill is somehow shaky. Si vile tuliwacha. Honestly, Supreme 7 walipea watu stress. Nyi mnakumbuka mtu akiambiwa come choke on this wewe. You remember mtu akiambiwa come hata wewe ukisikia hivyo kwanza unasema Jehova. Mimi ndio nimeambiwa hivyo. Wacha ni delete game. But look at the players from Supreme 7. They seem to be losing players as well. So far, there is a team right next to them there. We have Faisal. And they're going against the players from Inhale Tempo. I have yet to see Inhale Tempo play on the aggressive side. anymore. But then you have the Supreme 7-player Faisal. Of course, he will be retreating, going away from this fight scene. Already they have lost a couple of players, and Pubg there does a sporting a beautiful spray and does get a knock on Faisal. And now the players from Inhale Tempo getting closer to the players from Supreme 7. I know I got a knock there, so why shouldn't I do it? But then Crazy Esports are taking on the players from Rush Esports right now. We can see Adolf is down. Now we want to see what's really happening here. Arnie is down as well. Now Rush Esports have been eliminated easy peasy there by Crazy Esports. That doesn't get all of them, but then a couple have been taken back to lobby. Murifa they are getting knocked as well. Now one person remains standing, and that is Crazy Esports player AMJ. We can see the PK finally happening, trying to get the pre-fires on the players from Rush Esports. The S12K is in his hand. The question is that S12K going to be the reason they survive this, or will they be going back to lobby? And just like that, Rush player Black there with a shotgun does take the last player from Crazy Esports all the way back to lobby. I think you're beefing and the lake you are settled. Katikati ya Rush Esports and Crazy Esports. Did I say Katikati? Yeah. Katia, Rush Esports, na Crazy Esports, Nani Mnoma, but I believe that fight has actually answered our question. But don't even think about saying Ian Jamwisho, because kuna watu wa Crazy Esports, literally the name is how they are, and they might decide next game, acha sasa tuonyeshe mbona tulijita wazimu, okay? But then looking at the players from Inhale Tempo there, they have a team right next to them that is Mercenary Union. Already one of the knocks there has been registered as the MU Williams 77K. For MU here, I believe what they're doing is that they are trying a new lineup for MU, and they're just shifting players here and there, and they want to find maybe the best synergy, or rather the player with the best skill set for the PMAC 2025. Remember, $8,000 is on the line for PMAC 2025, so make sure you're trading hard, you have registered yourselves, and you are ready to enjoy epic battle when it comes to this PMSC games through your practice in KPL. Because if you cannot beat the people in your own hometown, how will you beat people from West Africa? Pure Oga. You don't play against the Oga, okay? You don't play against you don't play against those ones. You play against only your Kenyan people. So once you win against those Kenyan people, now you can take yourself and now start doing your chances with the other regions, okay? So far, Deadly Clan, we can see Deadly Dex here. Jamaa amesnake kando ya magari zinaenda kulipuka. Hata sijui ataambiwa na nani, lakini tutamwambia let that player stay there. But then looking at the players from Inhale Tempo, we have 3F1 a player there. That is Korga. Of course, after getting that elimination, they will be looking to get the loot there. But then looking at the players from Inhale Tempo, they are closing on the players from they have been closing on the players from 3F1, and now for them as well, they have the players of Outlaws coming behind them. So we'll be seeing between Outlaws, Inhale Tempo, and 3F1 who is going to be giving us the chicken dinner when it comes to the fourth game of the night. Invisible players there. We have Pain, I Touched You, and I Can't Aim. Basically, looking at the players from Mercenary Union, I need this fight to happen because I need to know between Mercenary Union and the players from Inhale Tempo, not Inhale Tempo, Invisibles. And Inhale Tempo is a team tatu. They have been dominating, wamekuwa wakifinya watu, but then between these three teams, kati ya mbivu na mbichi, Kiswahili nikaile nikata, who is who? Because honestly, Inhale Tempo is giving teams sleepless nights. Atana Rush, have you met Inhale Tempo? But then looking at the players from Master Union, they seem to have a team. They are closing on them here. We have the players from Outlaws. One of them has been knocked. And of course, like I told you, Master Union, as soon as they get a knock, the first thing that comes to mind is, can I easily get a thirst here? But then so far nothing is really changing. They have not been able to get a thirst up in their Dark Tempers. They're losing players to TYCOONZ Esports, to Rush Esports as well here. And now TYC, Rush Esports closer to each other. Black there has to be really careful. Inhale Tempo and the Invisibles. I mean, nimeulize hizo teams ziko wapi? Nimesema ziko wapi zipigane. And immediately we have Invisibles. They are taking on the players from Inhale Tempo, taking a couple of their players back to lobby. Now you can see the players from Inhale Tempo, that is Gunho and his teammate, going in for that push up. Predate might be taking them back to lobby instead of the enemy team, but then you have Gunho, of course, going in for that push. SOFK, the hand here, the fast is in there, hitting players and coming to a shock, but then they get eliminated one by one. A Molly is in there. The Molly is quite damaging, and Inhale Tempo are getting knocked one by one using that Molly. Invisibles players are third part in this fight. You can see the spray is happening, but then they're not the only one third part in this, okay? Because now Inhale Tempo decided to cook themselves, not literally with their skills, but then they are not really cooking them. They're cooking themselves, but then Inhale Tempo, they have been taken back slowly. A couple of teams have third party that fight, and the Rush Esports now are making their rotations, and we want to see what is going to be changing. Is it going to be TYCOONZ Esports giving us a chicken dinner, or Mercenary Union will be giving us a chicken dinner for this game? So far so good. MU Prison, of course, will be going in for that rotation with the I almost say the BRDM, but then this is a hovercraft according to PUBG. Mimi nilikuwa nimezoea BRDM bana, hiyo kitu nje ilikuwa ina bamba. But then looking at the players, and now we have 79 Hesaye getting quite damaged. MU players now playing on the aggressive side. Glixi having the rotations up in there. Rush Esports players have been spotted by Glixi. He's still going towards them. Rush does get the damage on Glixi, but then Rush as well needs to make it to the season. Prison passing by there with the hovercraft. Glixi getting tailed by the players from Rush Esports. Beautiful thinking here. Rush decided not to actually maybe collude with them and engage in that fight. They went first for cover, and then now they can engage. But then another team, they're trying to get some dubs in Rush Esports. Now the battle is actually heavier. 7 teams remaining. The zone is getting smaller. TYCOONZ Esports here will not be able to make it this season. Seeing the players are getting closer to them. They're beautiful. Knock on the players from Deadly. Dead get knocked and targeted immediately. Icon as well is taken back to lobby, but now TYCOONZ, the player Carney, will not be making it to the zone here. The damage is quite low. Darnie, I said Carney, but then player there has been taken back to lobby. 6 teams remaining. Master Union has the players of TSX Cruiser going in for that push. Arnie does get knocked there from the back of the players from MU, that is Prison. Third part in the fight here. Everything now is basically lying on where are we situated. Can we see the fight? Can we survive where we are holding? Can we do it? But then Rush Esports right now receiving a lot of pressure from MU. We want to see who is going to be surviving. Prison is down. Rush Esports player there, Black. L77K, they're going to be smoking the place here, trying to survive. But then look at the nades. The mole is literally everything getting thrown towards the players from MU. But will the revive take place? There, Black hooking up a nade. Is going to be a Kobe on MU. Actually does get some damage, and Glixi there will be getting a revive on a Prison. But what will be happening now is that players from MU will be feeling the pressure. Glixi is down. That means that just one person remains standing. That is none other than William 77K. What will be his call? There will be the revive. What he doesn't know is that there is a Deadly Clan player, Dex, right on their left side here. And he is hesitant for spraying that player. Why? No way. Just like that, they're Deadly does get the elimination on the last player from Master Union. Rush Esports are still surviving, and we still surviving as well. But then Invisibles also is in the building, and you can see I can tame. They are making the rotations. The vehicle trying to scatter out the place here. Question is, are we going to be getting an easy chicken dinner for the Invisibles, or will this game be an easy chicken dinner for the players from NV? Looking at them, they're trying to stop pain. Beautiful spray there. That's gonna knock on yes, Hemo. And of course he is down there because the players of NV getting that parted as well. And Invisibles players and Rush Esports take on the players from NV one by one. Now just 2 teams remaining, and that is none other than Rush Esports and Invisibles. Black here trying to survive as much as he can, but then is he gonna be able to do it? It seems like we might have someone. What? Why is it saying 3 teams? Oh, nice nade. Rush player is down. Of course, has been taken back to lobby. Black there does get COVID as well. And that is it for game number 4. But then just like that, we can see people getting to finally show us they are good in PUBG Mobile. And they are ready to take on the players outside Kenya. See, kwa vipi nini? They are ready to take on the ogres and do what they gotta do to survive in this game. So far, we have the players from Invisibles. 14 eliminations. Second, we have Rush Esports coming in second with a total of 7 eliminations. And the third, we have Deadly Clan with 7 eliminations. The fourth, we have NV with 7 eliminations. 5 MU With 8 eliminations, 6 you have TES 0, 7 TYCOONZ esports 5, 8 Dark Temper 0, 9 3F1 6, 10 Inhale Tempo with 5, 11 Hakuna Matata 0, 12 Outlaws 2, 13 Crazy Esports 1, 14 S70, 15 THALA Esports with 1, 16 G9 1, 17 Lay Samaritan 0, and then 18 NS with 0. Going a lot with 75th here, we have the player I Touched You, Best Companion in the 3 Rescues, MU Prison, and the finisher with the final elimination, I Touched You as well. That is it for game 4 of the night. You have one more game to go and we'll be calling it a night. Of course, do not go anywhere. Just make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be seeing you guys in a few. BRB. All right, what's up, my good people? We are back now for the last game of the night, and that is Miramar. And we want to see how will we be seeing the players, or rather the teams, behaving for the last game of the night. Of course, as for the Group A team, they will be playing again tomorrow. But for Group B, they will be playing next on Sunday. So watch at one. As it seems like the S7 team have already lost at least one of their teammates, that is S77. And we have Faisal there and his teammate. They will be looking towards surviving this fight. But they look at MU as well. They've taken an early fight there with the Samaritans. I'm really interested to understand what is happening on Samaritans' side, because honestly, initially they were really dominating. But then now when it comes to now the semi-finals, they're really finding it quite hard to survive. And the TF1 team here as well, they have the G9 team next to them. Hizi team mbili zinapendana sana. Sijui ni nini, sijui kama ni Boyka. Boyka, I don't know if it's you've brought your team towards G9, lakini mnapendana sana. But you know what? It's it's totally okay there, because the players from MU still taking on the players from Samaritans. Rush Esports there has to be careful, because now the players from S7 here, Faisal, are waiting here for Rush Esports to make a mistake, and then we'll be seeing them engaging here one way or the other. I just really want to know, excuse me, how they will be going about their early fights, seeing that most teams have not landed alone. They have landed the teams next to them. MU having lost one of their teammates, that is Fizz, and we'll be seeing them playing on the aggressive side here. William watching from the side. We can see the damage there. Glixie and his teammates going in for the damage, and have the players from Samaritans. Two of their teammates are down, and now I believe just two players remain standing. Some of them getting a knock on William, taking him all the way back to lobby. And the MU players now trying to get the three fires on the player from Samaritans. Sano, he does a mistake, exposes himself, the players from MU, and now just one person remaining standing, and that is Breda. Will he be able to get a winner chicken dinner on this fight, or will they be going back to lobby, and we'll be seeing them again tomorrow or on Sunday? But then, because you can see Breda, they are trying to go in for that push, but the MU players are getting to task the knocks and the knocks they have gotten on Samaritans. But honestly, Samaritans, when it comes to semi-finals, they're having a very hard time trying to dominate when it comes to the finals. But honestly, semi-finals, honestly, when we get to finals, the hapo sasa ndio itakuwa ile, ndasemaje, that's where all the pressure will be for the teams that are not familiar with the pressure that comes with KPL. Hapo sasa ndio utaanza kusikia, we've never played KPL, that's why we played like this. It's fine, we'll embrace you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with not knowing anything, but it is what it is there. Thank you for the super chat, Smith. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Does mean a lot having you supporting my live stream. Also, if you want to support the live, feel free as well to indulge in the super chat. And yeah, we can see where that takes us. But then so far, seems like the players are from 3F1 and G9 are back at it, and they're engaging in a fight. So 3F1 there, Boyka and his teammate will be going in for that push. G9 players, there we have Mbuzi and Morabu. Mbuzi is down. Reaper and Morabu need to find a way of surviving this fight, otherwise not will going as planned. And then Reaper knock there on Boyka, taking him all the way back to lobby. I mean, Reaper, that did feel kind of personal. I mean, that spray was actually too finish that player, not even let him survive even for 1 second. Now we have G9 Morabu going against the player from 3F1. Nah, this player is too good, man. We have to agree. Cog is good. We have to give it that. 3F1 F7 Cog is actually really, really good. We have to give that player that, because vile anatesa watu huku nje. But then looking at the players, they are from G9. They have to really find a way of surviving, because as you can see, they have lost almost all their players. Reaper gets another knock there. Almost get a task. The nade actually connects there. Reaper been quite low. Tries to go in for that push, but then 3F1 players are the ones who are able to win that fight. And just like that, the players from G9 have been taken back to lobby. Faster than I can say the name G9. Gremlins 9. Wamefanywa ile kitu na 3F1. I hope watajita mkutano, because what was that, man? What was that? Anyway, kila mtu na plans zake, sio? But then have the Hakuna Matata players here. One person remains standing, that is Vader. And look at Adolf there, make a gun from Gongo. Vader, if you fumble this, oh, that's gonna knock their own Adolf, and of course it's gonna be taking him back to lobby. I mean, I'm the only person remaining from my team, so mbona nisikufanyele kitu ndakunyanyua, okay? Even though I'm a camper, I will camp to my level best. Crazy esports players now, they will be trying to go in for that push, but then they have to be careful. It seems like Vader is actually very much learned when it comes to camping, because that was actually really... nades are coming towards him. The nade actually connects their Kobe on Vader. Doesn't really get a knock there, but as you can see, DR Master going in for that push, and they get to eliminate Vader, taking him back to lobby. Unfortunately for Crazy Esports, they lost one of their teammates, which is really sad, but you know what, it's really okay. I hope they have better luck next time when it comes to the fights in general for these KPL games. Looking at the Night Strikers there, it seems like they want to play on the passive side as well. TYCOONZ Esports will be making their rotations, so we'll be seeing what TYC will be up to. Will they be having any fights on their side or not? So all that is dependent on how they want to go about it. But so far, we have at least 2 teams have been eliminated, taken back to lobby. And the players are from Team 14, that is THALA Esports. They're still surviving. They have a team right next to them, that is Deadly Clan. Also, I want you to notice something. Once you get to the semi-finals, this is where you get to see the most competitive scenes in KPL. Because they will attend all games. They will play from game 1 to game 2, to game 3, to game 4. Whatever number of games you put, they will all of them enter the game and play. That's how you now start seeing the serious teams. Yani wale hawajakuja hapa kucheza. I'm not saying anyone comes to KPL to play. I mean, like, now you see the intensity of how serious the PUBG Mobile Kenya gaming community is actually. You get to experience how intense they can get. But then looking at the players here, we have a team there in Truckstop. Rush Esports, we have the LL7K. We kama hamna jina za kujiita, mujiite basi jina zenu za ID. No one will ask you, Rush Kinyanjui, Rush Kimondiro. No one cares, man. We bora umejiita jina yenye caster anaweza sema. Imagine niko hapo najaribu kusema Rush L77K12 yote. Na niseme jina. Right. If your name is for example, Eli Adhiambo, you say Rush Adhiambo. No one will care. You cause it a bamba mbaya. You see Adhiambo. You see? Hii mambo ingine hii. Mdomo inachoka bana. Najipata na guess. Much is okay. But then looking at the teams here, we don't really have any fight happening. Remember, this is the last game for the night. So, of course, the teams will be playing more on the passive side and no longer on the aggressive side, because they're trying to get as many points as possible up as they can. But so far, so good. This looks actually very promising for the teams. Okay, kidogo. At least we'll take some time before we can see some fights happening. But usijali, let's do our rotations. Najua unaona kama jamaa anaitwa je Neds. Kama Neds Neds angejiita nani? EXE minor. Mambo nzito haraka. But then looking at the night. Ooh, whose sky is this? Very pretty. Okay, but then looking at the Night Strikers, they will be making their rotations around Miramar here. They have a team right next to them, that is the TYCOONZ Esports. But then so far, nothing is happening on their side. They will be seeing, honestly, what does change. But then looking at the players from Outlaws, they do have a couple of knocks and thus on the players from Dark Tempers, Shadow, and Devil have been taken back. Lobbies, Power, and Nova. Only 2 players are remaining from that side. But no one has been eliminated yet. The players are just going to be going away. Yes, they have lost 2 players, but then the remaining 2 have not really lost anything, or rather any fight has been brought to their side. But then so far, there's a team right in front of them as well. That is the Invisibles. Wataka kuniambia in Invisibles in a camp? No way, guys. That's a lie. Invisibles are holding a compound? That's a lie. Ain't no way Invisibles can hold a compound. That's news. I'm not sure, but then that's news for me. Because when you look at them, if I'm being honest, when you look at the players from Invisibles, they're always playing on the aggressive side. But then when it comes to this last game, Leo, Invisibles is not pushing anyone. Wametulia too. The zone is closing in. We are in the second phase. So going into the third phase. We have at least 14 teams remaining. And no one wants to play on the aggressive side. How is this possible? Because knowing KPL, most teams prefer the last game is when they want to be aggressive. But then this time around the tables after, and you can see TYC are taking all the players there from THALA Esports. TYCOONZ losing players number 1 here. But then so is THALA Esports. One of the players from TYC is knocked. The other is actually down. Thirsted taken back to lobby. But for THALA Esports there we have at least the Saint. They are still standing. The only person remaining from their team probably will be the person looking for a chance to maybe get that save on his team. But so far, all the knocked teammates have been taken back. Slowly, beautiful Molly there does get quite some damage on the TYC players. And we can see them retreating for that push there. Butcher does go far away from that push again. But as you can see, the players from TYC can finally get the revive. Saint, they are holding the high ground. Doesn't want to go in for that push. Ameamua kue... alikuwa anaitwa Vader. Ameamua kue Vader. Amelala tu. Ni sawa. If it works, it works. MU player that is Glixy taking on the players from Envy. What's a tough to Envy? Envy, where are you? Envy is taken out there by Mercenary Union. So far one player has been taken back to and that is MVP TK. So what's a tournament between MVP TK? What will be changing here? Will they be able to have anything happening there? But then TYC Butcher does get knocked as well. Saint does get knocked as well. You mean to tell me the camper we left there from THALA Esports Saint has been able to knock out 2 players from TYC and take them back to lobby? No way, man. That's nah. No way. But then have the player there from THALA, so that is saying they will be waiting on the player from TYC. Last man standing from both teams. They are both the last players from their teams. The question is it going to be THALA Esports or is it going to be TYCOONZ Esports winning this fight so far? The players from Outlaws are also engaged in a fight. So the zone is getting smaller. Excuse me. The zone is getting smaller. Rush Esports, both the players from NSD. Beautiful spray from El. Yes, he does get some damage there on his side there. Danny is actually quite low as well. Both players been quite low, but then since the player there from NS is in a vehicle, he was able to get knocked there. But then Nade actually connects there from Starboy. We do have a Kobe there now. We can see Arnie trying to play on the aggressive side here. Seems like Arnie is not carrying his favorite gun there, the AUG. Now he's using the UMP. So let's see what their plan is going to be here, because Starboy now is trying to pick up the mollies towards the players from Rush Esports. So now Starboy has to be really careful, because Rush Esports is also quite aggressive, and now this will be their chance there to be more aggressive. Look at Starboy there, beautiful spray on the players from Rush Esports, getting some dubs of black there. Look at the Fish here. A rotation has been made, trying to get the pre-fires. The raid is actually in. Doesn't really connect there, but Fish is still holding the same ground there. Rush Esports player goes in for that push, and we have the first mark again. And as Fish is down, Rush playing on the aggressive side. Supreme 7 coming from the back there. Arnie gets the revive, does get knocked there by Hancho, and that means for Rush Esports surviving, this is not going to be easy. A beautiful sprays there from Hancho, does get good damage on the players from Night Strikers. But then question is who's going to be surviving this there. Starboy does get a knock on the players from Rush Esports there. Arnie, unfortunately for him, he needs to get revived before anything happens. Luckily, this is Miramar, the land with many ridges, and the players from Rush Esports will be able to survive without losing at all if they have good strategy and good team synergy when it comes to playing against at least 2 teams that are going against them at the same time. But so far, the players here are not really playing on that angle anymore. We have NS Starboy there, the knock is in. Rush Esports player LL7A. Bruh! Hiyo jina sisemi tena. Tutamita Rush L. Rush L. Tutamita kitu ingine, but then that's the name we're gonna be calling him. Because, haiwezi. Mjipe hizo jina zaidi. Nimechoka. But then looking at Night Strikers, we have the players that there have at least one of the teammates, that is Starboy, is down. The revive will be close to impossible, and as you can see, his teammate has decided to take a run for it, go away from this fight. Totally acceptable, but then he really needs to figure out how he's going to be surviving this. Getting a chicken dinner once you adjust, but a solo is always close to impossible, especially in a big map like Miramar. You get sandwiched a lot, you get exposed to third-party fights, you get exposed to people camping on hills. A lot does happen. I mean, it's really, really tricky when it comes to playing in Miramar. You have to be really familiar with that map. Deadly clan here have not yet made it to the safe zone, but then they should really focus on the safe zone because now they have a team right in front of them, and that is Inhale Tempo. And as you can see, they are camping. They're not planning on engaging in any fight. They're not moving a muscle. So ukienda hapo, be careful. Invisibles, they have changed their position. Oh, napenda bag ya pain. Let me look at it. Come back. Wani player wa aina gani? Kona kisimama atagongwa. Guy, let's go back to Rush Esports. It seems like this player is quite stingy with that bag. But as you can see, Supreme 7 player Hancho has been knocked and casted. Last player from THALA Esports has been taken back to lobby by the last player from TYC. But for NS, the last player went away from this fight. And that is totally allowed. Rush Esports player there, and he has been knocked and casted. Murifa, they are making his rotations to get the revive on his knocked teammate. But for Supreme 7 there, it is seeming like they have really lost their touch when it comes to KPL games. They really need to get their training back up. For them, it's becoming quite impossible to survive when it comes to the Kenya Pubg Mobile League games. Season 9, it is becoming close to impossible for them to survive anymore. Crazy Esports player there, MJ, getting quite damaged. The Rush Esports player Brazil has been able to support him. And we'll be seeing them going towards the players from Crazy Esports. Any chance they get, they might just probably engage if they are given a chance to do so. Crazy Esports, a player that is MJ, of course, is just holding the same place. They are not really in the safe zone, but they should look towards making their rotations in the game. We have the players there from NV, Forever 33, NV Zamzam, and Eto Hemo are the only people remaining from NV. So let's see what their plan is going to be. Are they going to be engaging in that fight or not? Fourth phase of the zone, 11 teams remaining. Rush Esports, they are taking on a fight. And now we want to see who's going to be dominating now, because Crazy Esports is finally here. And I'm not sure if it was Crazy Esports going against Rush Esports or is it Supreme 7. But there is a beef somewhere between those three teams. And we want to see kati ya hizo team zote nani ni nani. But then see a Crazy Esports player that is MJ does get a knock on the player from Rush Esports that is Rush Senior. And now one person remains standing, that is Rush L. And as you can see, the players from Crazy Esports really want to play on the aggressive side here. They're not even aware that they have been able to knock at least 2 of the remaining players from Rush Esports. The last person remaining standing is right there at the back, getting the healing happening, waiting for you guys to make a mistake, and then he's going to be engaging. But as you can see, he is quite aware that the Outlaws have come back to his side, and as you can see, the damage there. And there we go, Rush Esports have been eliminated. Quite unfortunate that the Outlaws made it there, and they made it impossible for Crazy Esports to get the bragging rights for being the team that takes out Rush Esports in the last game for KPL semi-finals day 1. So good, because they're very crazy, having a hard time trying to survive there. We can see the OL player Christ does get a thrust on the player from Crazy Esports, but as you can see, MJ there also making it to the safest angle to see whether he's going to be able to get a knock on the Outlaws players. They row here. His teammate is down. He has to be the one covering. He has to be the one getting the sprays, connecting. Otherwise, Outlaws will be eliminated as well. 9 teams remaining. Beautiful spray there. That's gonna knock on Murife, but then again there is someone watching, and that is none other than MJ. And you can see the push there finally happening. So let's see what Crazy Esports is gonna be up to, but then you have to be careful. Do not get too confident, too cocky. That might be the reason your team gets eliminated. But then MJ, they are trying to get up a Kobe. Is he gonna be connecting on the players here? The nade that doesn't really get any connection happening because the molly and the nade is going towards the wrong place where we have the players from Outlaws. So far, Crazy Esports will be trying to go in for that push. Is it going to really work? Is it going to really connect? Are we going to be seeing some good battle? Or is it going to be nothing like we had expected? So far, Crazy Esports player, there we have MJ. Waiting for the players from Outlaws to make a mistake. MJ actually is very calm. If you look at MJ, yeah, ako tu anangoja tu chance ya kudominate. MU as well, also playing on the passive side. I didn't really expect MU to play really passive as well, because you can see the same game plan is being used by the players from Invisibles. They don't want to be on the aggressive side. They don't want to engage in any fights. They're waiting for that one loophole. Looking here at the players from TYC, they had only one person remaining standing, and that is Sir Wash. And he's on one standing there. We have 3 F1 waiting for that push on inhale tempo. Pog, he does get knocked in. Of course, it's going to be an immediate thrust there. Fike, not even that close to his teammate. Looking towards, going towards the station. Perfect call there. But then his teammate does get knocked by Kevin. Taken back to lobby. Easy peasy for the Invisibles. The zone is getting smaller. People are getting exposed there. Fike might just facing the same fate as his teammate. But then luckily for him, they does get to make it to the safest place right now. But then Kevin is not letting him go anywhere because Pen is also watching, and the last player from Inhale Tempo, Fike, has been taken back to lobby. And now you can see the player there from TYC, almost a Kobe on Deadly. That's gonna Kobe on Icon. Let's go now. This is where now you can start using your skill to make sense. But then it's not gonna be easy to go in for that push. But that Kobe was perfection. We'll have to see exactly that. But then seeing the players here from Crazy Esports. Give me a second, I hydrate, guys. Okay, so there we go. So far 7 teams are remaining. The invisible players are playing a little bit too safe for how we used to invisibles playing. Mercenary Union usually are like that. They do have days when they play aggressive, and then they have days when they don't play aggressive. So it actually makes sense if this is how they're playing, because some days they're quite aggressive, and then some days they're not really on the aggressive side. So that's something I can say I expect from the players there from Master Union. But for the players from Invisibles, I think that's too high. I want it clear. Yeah. Whoever wants to put HDR banner. It's better when it's this light. I can see the screen, man. But then the players that they are from Invisibles, they're getting sprays literally to every team that is passing by. You have seen how 3F1 player has been eliminated while he was cooking up. But then now we can see the players are from Crazy Esports. Dr. Musty has spotted the player there from Invisible. I can tame they're getting spotted. Beautiful spray there from Musty, but it doesn't really get a knock on the player from I can tame. There tries to get the spray happening again. He is quite low. Why are we getting the knock there? And unfortunately for him there, Musty, the zone is not your friend. The zone is quite damaging. MU player Glixie watching from the side. He's just the only person remaining from his team. The question is, he's going to be able to get a chicken dinner for his team. Crazy Export player Murife there in the safest place right now that he can be, because he's just but a solo. But then what he doesn't know is that there's another solo holding the same compound as him. Deadly Clam there. Deadly their nade is getting cooked up. Is it going to be a Kobe though? Crazy player there has to be really alert here. The nade might just be connecting here, but then unfortunately Crazy Murife is on the ground floor and not on the first floor, so that nade is not going to be working at all. But then one player is knocked there by Murife and taken back to lobby. Easy peasy. Deadly Icon has seen nothing but dust here. I mean, hapo najua alishtuka mpaka akarusha simu chini, but then he has to be careful. Murife, you're basically sandwiched between two solos. That's going for that push the stuff. Okay, but then I mean Gojo, the DBS does connect and does take that player back to lobby. Glixie now trying to cook up the nade. There's gonna be a Kobe though, because if that nade works out, MU Glixie, they are being quite damaged. The players from Invisible going in for that push. We have Glixie getting the first stop there on Pain, trying to get the cast up in here, but then the man is quite surrounded. He's outnumbered, and MU Glixie has been taken back to lobby. 3 teams remaining right now. You have the player there solo from TYC, that is the Swash, and we also have a solo as well from the Deadly Clan, and that is another Deadly Gojo. But then I can't aim there with a perfect Kobe. TYC see player being just but a solo. Going against the whole team will be impossible because now you're going against the numbers. And just like that, game number 5 has come to an end. And then Visibles have been able to get a chicken dinner for that game. Easy peasy win. And Visibles are played on the passive side. They were not aggressive. They were not going for that push. And they've been able to get a chicken dinner for that game. Not only a chicken dinner, but they've been able to bag a total of 10 eliminations to their name. Coming in second, you have TYCOONZ Esports with 5. Third, you have Deadly Clan 2. Fourth, MU 6. 5, Crazy Esports. 9, 6, you have OL 6. 7, you have 3, F1 5. 8, you have Inhale Tempo 4. 9, you have Envy 0. 10, you have NS0. 11, Rush Esports 6. 12, S7 0. 13, THALA Esports 3. 14, Dark Tempers with 0. 15, you have Akuna Matata with 1. 16, G9 1. And then 17, you have Lay Samaritans there with 2 eliminations. For Lay Samaritans, honestly, this is not their level best. And I believe they can do better when it comes to the KPL Games semi-finale. Well, I believe that is it for tonight. We have going on lot for the last game of the night. That is Glixie. 6 eliminations to his name. Best companion and 3 rescues. CZ Murife. And then finisher with the final elimination. I Touched You. Well, that is it for tonight's games. I mean, we have seen nothing but impressive gameplays coming from all the teams. So we have to give them the shout outs. They're really well deserved, really well played games from them. So big up to you guys. And of course, for those who are not able to get a chicken dinner, remember there's a chance tomorrow on Saturday and Sunday for you to get more points to your side. But for now, guys, it will be a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, same time. Excuse me, same place. Bye.